Hi everyone. Good morning. I
Yeah,
hope you will.
yeah. Hi, Anshuman. Welcome to this edition of our Ask Me Anything on acquiring and retaining customers. Audience, we welcome Anshuman from Intuit, and he's the global brand and corporate communications uh, vertical head there. And he brings around significant experience in sales, marketing, and business development. Before his present position, and he was an architect in internal communications and employee branding and helped with corporate PR efforts for SCL Technologies. So, Anshuman, we just had a brief with Rishi on the same subject where he talked about how important is to take care of the employees and then he was gave a very brief insight on the customer acquisition and cycle and how had his experience been with one click and then this thing. So maybe you can take it up from there and give a larger dimension to this thing. Over to you, Anshuman. So
Hey, thank you, folks, and thanks for this opportunity. I sincerely hope that all of you are keeping well and following all the precautions that we should be taking, not just as individuals but also as companies during these tough times. But happy to be here and share some thoughts and probably try to build on what you have already heard. Um, and I don't know how much context you have about Intuit, so maybe I'll take like a 30-second on just sharing who we are as a company. Intuit is the proud maker of QuickBooks, TurboTax, and Mint, and we are a mission-driven company that truly believes in providing everyone the opportunity to prosper. And we have been around for over 35 years, and we are embracing our next chapter of being an AI-driven expert platform. And this means that we are using technology to connect people with experts. We are here in India, in Bangalore. We are a 1,000-strong product development company, and we are very proud of our Bangalore and India team that is helping accelerate global product development for Intuit for all its products. With that, I want to really kind of talk about some of the themes that Rishi shared, around staying connected with your customers. And I just want to expand that a little more. And the reason I feel that it's an important investment of time for us is, are we really close to the customer pain points and have those pain points changed over time? Especially because of the challenging external environment right now. We all create products based on a particular pain point that we have identified that we can solve well, and we create an MVP to begin with, and then based on the successes that we see running experiments in the hands of customers, we come up with a product idea that we can take forward and commercialize. And so all of us have started that journey, and we are here with all the products that you have built, solutions that you are helping people accelerate their businesses or consume, but just kind of re-looking at that customer pain point with which all of us started the journey with this new lens, right? And that is very important because the environment externally has dramatically changed. And so, what perhaps was true in the past may not be true now. The complexities of consuming or even using a product or service may have changed. The pain points that our customers initially had may have changed. So I think it's very important not just to stay connected with the customers, but also to stay connected with the customer problem with which you started your product journey. And so, just kind of expanding on what you already heard from Rishi, the Second aspect is that the virtual environment is now real. We don't know what this the normal that we were used to will look like. We are in a new normal, and so there is a lot of importance right now of being able to survive and thrive in this virtual environment. And so, really, kind of taking a hard look at what have been our strategies, how have we leveraged technologies in the past to build solutions, and what investments we need to make, what pivots we need to make to be able to connect with our customers in this new virtual world. So looking at everything with that lens is important because it's very hard for customers right now to themselves survive. Perhaps most of us are directly providing services that consumers use, but we are also in the business of helping other companies who probably rely on us, our products and services, to manage their own businesses. And so, how are we augmenting our digital presence, especially coming from a marketing and communications perspective? Have we invested enough in our digital presence? What does it look like? How do customers, how do external stakeholders view our company, our offerings, who we are as a company in the virtual world? It's not easy now to just walk up and meet with people in their offices and understand who they are. So, how do we amplify, how do we build our digital presence and leverage technologies to stay connected with the virtual world? I would say is another area that we should be thinking about deeply right now. And perhaps the last one, but I feel very important in this new normal, so to say, is kind of leaning in with partnerships. We are all looking at a scenario where resources are becoming scarce, and financial prudence is the order of the day. And so, how can we, instead of compete, look at collaborating, look at joining hands with others who perhaps are building similar solutions, and kind of look at accelerating innovation, accelerating our partnerships so that we can serve the customer better. And in the process, we can also build our capabilities. And the most important thing I feel right now is for us to prioritize what do we really want to do, which is core to us, and what can we leverage from a third party or a partner who probably is building a solution that may not be core to us, but is important for us to be able to deliver a valuable customer outcome in totality. So I would say that prioritize and stay focused narrowly on what your strengths are, and wherever you see opportunities to join hands, collaborate, where you can get that edge by partnerships, look at that. It could be a marketing collaboration. It could be leveraging somebody who's building technologies to stay connected in the virtual world. Those may not be core to you, but could be core to someone else. And I think by bringing together these capabilities, we will be able to serve our customers better. And from a Intuit perspective, I would say, whatever I talked about is core to our DNA. We believe in solving the customer pain points, and everything starts from there. And we call it customer-driven innovation and design for delight, CDI and D4D for some of you in the product management space that may have heard already. And we say that you should fall in love with your customer's problem and not the solution. And so, how can you start looking at creating everything with the customer problem as the starting point, and then revisiting if you have already been on the journey and staying close to those customer pain points that may have evolved over time. And I feel like with that, what we will get is a deep customer empathy, which is so critical for us to be able to create solutions that are meaningful. And the second one I would say in that journey is leading with experiments. And as I mentioned, and all of you know, resources are going to be tougher to find. And so, how can we run lean experiments and invest very pragmatically in going after things that are meaningful and based on data driven insights versus what we feel is right? And so, how do we lean in with experiments, run experiments with customers to test, to validate our hypothesis, and be able to find the measure of success and amplify the customer benefits in the process? So, I would say that is paramount. And coming back to what I started with, staying close to customers and the customer pain points, I think is going to be key. And then leaning in with partnerships, leveraging technologies to stay relevant, to be able to stay connected with our customers and external stakeholders, I think is going to be critical in the journey ahead. It's going to be tough, but we are resilient, and we have seen our resilience over time. And I'll just say that stay focused, and let's endure together. And wherever we can partner with programs, and something that we have started in India called Intuit Circles, which is working closely with startups and creating a community where you can get more help. Do check that out. You can go to the website of Intuit or Intuit Circles and find meaningful ways to connect with Intuit and also build something together for our customers here in India and globally. With that, I'll go back to the host. Maybe Arihant, if you have questions that you want to take right now, happy to do that along with Rishi.